Just days before the end of the regular season, the Denver Nuggets have made a jaw-dropping decision that has stunned the entire NBA world. The architect of their only championship run, head coach Michael Malone, is out. And the man who helped build the roster around Nikola Jokic, general manager Calvin Booth, is next. What is happening in Denver? Is this the end of an era, or the start of a bold new chapter? Let's dive into what might be the most shocking mid-season shakeup in recent memory. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a basketball fan, or even just a fan of drama and front office chaos, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Today, we're breaking down the surprising firings in Denver, what went wrong behind the scenes, and what it all means for Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets, and their championship hopes moving forward. On Tuesday, the Denver Nuggets officially fired head coach Michael Malone and announced that they will not extend the contract of general manager Calvin Booth. This comes just as the regular season is wrapping up, with Denver sitting at 47-32 and dangerously close to slipping into the play-in tournament after losing 4 straight games. Lead assistant coach David Adelman has been named interim head coach for the remainder of the season, a massive responsibility for someone stepping in at this critical juncture. Adelman, son of legendary coach Rick Adelman, has been alongside Malone for 8 seasons and was already seen as a rising coaching candidate, having interviewed with teams like the Lakers and Cavaliers last summer. Michael Malone's departure is especially shocking considering his legacy. Over 10 seasons, Malone transformed the Nuggets into a consistent playoff contender, guided the team through the Jokic era, and most importantly, led them to their first and only NBA championship in 2023. His record? A stellar 471-327. In a statement, Nuggets Vice Chairman Josh Kroenke acknowledged Malone's impact, saying, "There is no amount of gratitude that we can properly convey to his contributions, helping deliver Denver our first championship." Yet, despite that legacy, the front office clearly believed a new direction was needed, and they weren't waiting until the offseason to act. But it wasn't just Malone. GM Calvin Booth, who was promoted after Tim Connelly left for Minnesota, is also on his way out. Booth's fingerprints were all over the 2023 championship roster, adding depth and defensive versatility through smart trades and signings. But since then, key veterans like Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope left for bigger contracts elsewhere, and younger players like Christian Braun and Peyton Watson were given bigger roles. This youth movement, while promising for the future, may have added friction behind the scenes. Sources told ESPN there was growing tension between Malone and Booth before the season even began, and as the losses piled up, so did the pressure. Let's talk timing. The Nuggets are entering the final days of the regular season and could slip into the play-in, a disaster for a team with championship aspirations and the reigning 3-time MVP in Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray has been out with a hamstring injury, putting even more weight on Jokic's shoulders. Now, with Malone, the only NBA coach Jokic has ever had to have gone, and a front office in transition, the Nuggets season is hanging in the balance. Is this a calculated risk to spark a late-season surge? Or a sign that the organization has internal fractures that could haunt them for years to come? David Adelman is now at the helm, and while he knows this team inside and out, he's stepping into a high-pressure role with no margin for error. His immediate job? Stabilize the locker room, secure a playoff seed, and somehow keep championship dreams alive. As for the front office, the Nuggets will now begin their search for a new GM, someone who can work closely with ownership, make tough roster decisions, and rebuild trust with Jokic and the core. Because here's the real question: how will Jokic respond to all of this? He's been the face of the franchise, a humble superstar who's always prioritized team over self. But removing both the head coach and GM that he trusted could shake that loyalty, and if things don't go well this postseason, don't be surprised if whispers about his future begin to surface. This is one of those moments in sports that fans will look back on either as the start of a bold new era, or the moment it all fell apart. The Nuggets have championship talent, but now they're racing against the clock with a new coach, front office uncertainty, and no time to waste. Whatever happens next, it's clear that Denver isn't afraid to make big moves. But with big risks come big consequences. Only time will tell if this gamble pays off. What do you think about the Nuggets' decision to fire Michael Malone and move on from Calvin Booth? Was this the right call, or a panic move that could backfire? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates on this developing story and all things NBA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.